What's up, guys? Back again for some more One Piece action. Finally back off a break. It's been 1 week. Let's see what Oda's been cooking up. Time for my live reaction to chapter 1117 entitled Mo Dash. All right, so already just from the title, I got questions. Are we picking back up where we left last? Not last week, but last chapter. Are we gonna get more of this truth? Maybe a flashback to the Void Century and Joy Boy. Find out, kind of how everything went down. Um, are we gonna see a showdown between the Iron Giant and the Gorosei? That was kind of being set up with York revealing that would probably be the location of the transponder snail sending out the message to the world. So very interesting. Let's see. On the cover page, we got Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 7. Time to visit the honorable world of the Yakuza. All right. And then we see Old Man Hyo over there. And we see Nekomamushi right there. All right. Cool, cool. But let's see what this chapter's all about. All right. So it says, ambition always fuels the hearts of true warriors. All right. So we're going to Pirate Island, so Hachinosu. And they're like, does that mean there could be a bunch of treasure down there on the ocean floor? You pea brain. It's not like the world is full of cities of gold. All right. But there could be some treasure down there. But, it's not like Shandora, the city of gold that actually didn't end up in the ocean, ended up in the sky. But yeah, they're like, oh wait, there's all these cities and island or quote unquote islands that we've never been to because they sunk beneath the sea. So you know maybe some of these crews that have been kind of hating towards fishermen might be like, oh, maybe it's time for us to get some fishermen on our crew so they can go down and investigate for us. All right, what do we got? Okay, so we're seeing some mermaids right here. They're like, it's all 200 meters deep. You'd be sea beast chow if you went looking. But ain't there ships that can dive? How the devil will we afford one of those? We'd have better luck trying to court some mermaids. I'd do anything to meet one. All right, so they're all obviously some of these guys are were born in the new world, so they've never been underneath to go see Fishman Island. They didn't have to pass underneath there. They've just always been in the new world. But yeah, they're like, okay, we need to go get some mermaids or some of them. And then okay, now we're crossing back over to the Grand Line. Says that was even before Nolan's time. What an incredible story. Okay, so they're talking about Mont Blanc Nolan, and they're like, it sounds romantic, doesn't it? And we see old man over there, Nolan's descendant. We see the two ape guys right there. Anyone else for another diving expedition? So they're all like, yo, we're divers. Like, this is exactly what we want to hear. And then now where are we heading? Okay, so we're heading back to G5 Navy General Hospital. Okay, we're getting an update on kind of what Kobe's been up to. So, Kobe Senpai, this must be about the One Piece. And we see that was Helmepple right there. And then, like, it really makes you think. And we see Kobe's all distressed over there. He's like, I'm going to pass out. I'll write everything down later. It's hard to keep up with all these thoughts racing around my head. All right, so we kind of see everyone around them, looking at Kobe. Obviously they're still kind of glum since they had to leave Gart behind. And what do we see? It says, I just saw the captain. His recovery is going well, but he wants his space. Okay. And then we see Kobe's got something to say. He's like, hey, things are really coming to a head, aren't they? Prince. Yeah, it sounds like we're going to get some hard to hear answers soon. And then she's like, it's our turn to step up. All right. Ooh, we got X Drake over here. All right, so it looks like he's listening into. He doesn't have the video transponder snail, but it looks like he's got just a regular snail. He's listening in, kind of perplexed. Now where are we going? The New World. All right, Tashika. Okay, there's got to be Smoker. Uh, where are you now, Smoker-san? All right, we see Smoker. He's traveling on his little smoke mobile. She's like, I'm at the General Hospital. All right, so I think she's with all the kids. Then now we're going. I realize I've been quite vague on this point. Okay, so we're back to Vegapunk's actual message right here. He's like, I realize I've been quite vague on this point. However, I can't add anything further other than pure speculation. Keep going. What did Roger leave behind? Okay, so everyone's like, yo, no, 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 keep going. Like, we want to hear what this speculation is. Like, we don't care. Like, you already dropped some major bombshells on us. Like, you got to tell us everything. We don't care, speculation or not. Like, All right, things coming to a head. Okay, we're back to Egghead finally. And then who do we got? Okay, so we're going to Nami. Look, the barrier is lifting. Okay, so we're up top. We're trying to get the Thousand Sunny, off this cloud and back into the water so they can make their getaway. They're like, what was that sound just now? It startled me. All right, maybe that was the sound of the barricade lifting. All right, or that was. Oh no, you know what? That was probably the sound of Gorosei slicing the entire basement off of the Sky Island right there. And then, okay, we see Chopper. He's like, the clouds have stopped stretching. Usopp's like, don't worry, this is more than enough. Okay, so I'm thinking they can still use Kuda Burst to, close this distance, right? We should be able to reach the sea, no problem. And then we see Lilith over there. And then what do we got? Okay, so looking kind of down to where they're about to land, I think. She's like, yeah, the only issue is we'll be landing right on top of a fleet of ships. All right, yeah. So that water that they're about to go launching off into is looking crazy. There's all different shapes and sizes of battleships over there. Like, there's no one good spot to land. So what are they about to do? All right. Um, okay, so we got Brooke. He's like, I've loaded the cola barrels. We can blast off at a moment's notice. So everything is ready for them to go, but they don't have a clear shot yet. Are they going to land right in the middle of the ships? And then Nami's over there. Great, but Jinbei's still not here. All right, so they need Straw Hats need their helmsman. And then we see, okay, so we see Jinbei. He's got Zoro in tow, I'm guessing. He's like, we're close. Zoro looks kind of annoyed still. What do we got? Uh, we wound up chasing after a strange monster, huh? Oh, so they're chasing after Samurai Gandhi, and they're like, "This is no time for detours. Get over here now." Okay, I don't think the rest of the Straw had to quite realizing like what Jinbei and Zoro are chasing right now, and they're like, "I'm not taking a detour. The monster's heading right for you. Look sharp." They're like not even paying attention. Like, what are you guys doing? Taking a detour? And they're like, "We're not taking a detour. We're chasing him, and he's coming right at you guys." And then okay, we see him. He's jumps up into the air. He's got about to draw his sword right there. And they're like, "There's something special about his present." Yeah, he's a monster maybe. And then we see Chopper, Lilith, and Usopp. They're like freaking out, eyes bugging out of their head. They're like, "An elder?" And then they're like, "Wait, what?" And we see him. He's got this grimace on his face. But our boy Zoro looking like he's about to get tossed by Jinbei straight at him. All right, perfect. All right, so we see Jinbei, Fishman Jiu-Jitsu, and Kataguruma, two sword style, and we just see him blast off. I'm probably gonna butcher this. Sukavadi's Bliss. And then you just see the Gorosei member kind of like slyly turn his head back to them, like, okay, you're about to attack me, huh? And then we see Zoro come in. Gorosei blocks it right there. Rashomon. All right, so let's just talk about how massive his sword is right now in comparison to Zoro. So this is kind of something we saw before with Zoro inheriting Enma when it was with what's his name, Odin. It was this massive sword. Now it's to the size of Zoro, and now we see this sword that the Gorosei is using is looking massive in comparison to Zoro. But normally this dude's not that big, so that's an interesting property. But what do we got? Okay, so we see this big clash between Zoro and him. Oh, are we getting the confirmation? He's like a Kitetsu blade. Yo, so we see all three blades right there kind of crashing. And then all of a sudden we see them black lightning, like the hockey crashing. Then we see them, looks like they kind of blast each other apart right there. We see Jinbei kind of in the foreground, Ship in the background. And then, okay, we see Jinbei, he jumps up. He's like, I grab Zoro. He's like, I gotcha. Okay, it still looks like they took a pretty big impact. And then Zoro jumps up and he's screaming at them. He's like, launch the ship already. We'll jump on. There's no time to waste. All right. So after, experiencing that clash right there, he's like, yo, we got to go. Normally, Zoro's one to stay and, finish his fights out. He wants to throw down, prove he's the best. But that one interaction right there, he's like, yo, we need to go right now. Not, I wouldn't say necessarily because he's afraid, but I think Zoro realizes there's no way, he could battle this guy and keep the rest of the crew safe. Like he's that ridiculously strong. All right, what do we got right here? northeast coast of Egghead. Straw Hat's still not here. Okay, so this is the giant ship right here, and we see Bonnie over there. She's like screaming, like, "Oh, Straw Hat's still not here. Hurry, we can't hold him back much longer." All right, so they're still facing off, holding off the Navy, trying to hold off until Luffy and Dory and Broggy get back. And then, okay, we're cutting over to the naval officers. They're like, sink that ancient ship of theirs. Remember, it's just one vessel, even if it does look like it came right out of a legend. All right, so the giant ship, obviously, because of how long giants live, this is their ship, so it's been around for hundreds of years. So, right out of a myth makes sense. And then we see what's his name, Sanji over there, and he's like, our signal isn't getting through this at all. Luffy, because he's trying to call onto Luffy right there. And then he's like, "We're here. Get ready to set sail." Okay, so that's Luffy screaming out, "We're getting ready to get ready to set sail." But looking at this island, it just looks like pure chaos, fire, explosion, smoke everywhere. And we see, Sanji. He's over there just looking in the foreground. He's like, "There's no mistaking that loud voice of his." They can't see him, but they can definitely hear him. All right. Then what do we got? Okay, so Dory and Broggy, they're like, "Oi, Mokashi. Hey, the captains are back. Get the ship ready. All right, leave it to us, Captain. Set sail. Turn the ship and let's get out of here." All right, so not Straw Hat, but the bulk of the Straw Hats and Thousand Sunnies still need to find a way, or maybe they just need to aim and land directly onto the giant ship right now. And then, of course, the Navy's like screaming, "Don't let them get away! Don't let them get away!" And we see the giants; they're fighting everyone off. And they're like, "These pirates are from 100 years ago. Don't be scared of fossils like that." Oh, okay, so the Navy over here talking smack about the giants, like, "Yo, these old fossils. There's no need to be afraid of them. They're from a relic from a time past." And then what do we got? Okay, so we got this big epic shot right here. We got the giants. They're just looking massive, and it looks like, okay, shake them off, you bastards. This is impossible. And they're just grabbing ships. Yeah, and fall back, get all the remaining ships in formation. Give it everything you've got. All right, so the Giants are just kind of running amok right now as they're trying to escape. And then what do we got over here? Don't settle for being another face in the crowd. Step up and be a star. Vice Admiral Bluegrass. All right, what do we got next? And he's like, "Whoa, she punched a hole in the hull." And she's like, "I'm going to punch one in you." All right, so throwing around, she's like rock and roll, and you see her, she just cracks the giant in the face. You see all these impact marks on him, especially the one right on his chin, and she's like rock and roll blaster. All right, so Doll just throwing down right now with the giants, and then the rest of the Marines kind of rallying behind her. They're like, "Wow, Vice Admiral Doll, her ferocity always sends shivers down my spine." All right, Kashi, they're screaming out for him. So, Doll, I feel like she's been getting a lot of screen time recently, with the past, 100 chapters recently introduced, but now she's over here throwing down with giants. Like, seems pretty cool. Maybe was she introduced earlier than that? I can't remember. Let you guys let me know. And then what do we got? Keep going. So what if they're freaking giants? All right. If you guys remember, Oimo and Kashi used to be a part of the Navy, serving at in his lobby as guards. And now it seems like the Marines are trying to completely forget about that. But remember, guys, you used to rely on them to protect Ennis Lobby as one of your lines of defense. Not the only line, but one of your lines of defense. And then what do we got? Okay, so we see Luffy. He's looking back right now. He's like, "Wasn't that board just behind us a second ago? Oh, damn, where'd he go?" So he just kind of disappeared on Luffy and them. And then we see Dory and Broggy. They're kind of like running as Luffy's looking back behind him. They're like, "That's great. Now just got to worry about boarding the ship." You said it. It's high time we set sail. They're like, "But wait, where did he go though?" Like, okay, yeah, that's cool that he's not following us, but where the hell did he go? Like, that can't be a good thing. And then, okay, are we about to get it? This shot right here. We see all the Gorosei members in their transformed states, massive size right here. And then you see the Iron Giant, on the move. So it looks like they're all getting ready to attack this Iron Giant in unison. Now, my question to you guys is, do you think they are somewhat familiar with this Iron Giant, like from, the war 800 years ago, or maybe even from as recently as the last time it moved? What was it? I think 400 years ago or 300 years ago, when it attempted to scale the Red Line to attack Marijoa. Like, did they see it back then? Um, you know, all these questions. What do you guys think? All right. And then, okay, we're cutting away from that, even though we got this epic shot. Now we're cutting back to Vegapunk's message. So, the whole reason they're trying to attack the Iron Giant or getting ready to is because York said that that's 100% where the transponder snail that's sending out Vegapunk's message has got to be. It's got to be being protected by the Iron Giant. She's like, I'm a Vegapunk. That's where it is. But what do we have? He's like, I have one last message. I wish to part. Now, it's Vegapunk again. It is for those of you who are scattered all across the world. All right. What final bombshell is Vegapunk about to reveal? Okay. Wait, is that okay? The Gorosei, he's like, wait, is that? And then, dot, 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 question mark. They're like, yes, it is. Okay, so we're getting the answer to my question right here. They're like, yes, it is the very Iron Giant which rampaged through Marijoa. Okay, 200 years ago. My bad. I was a little bit off on the timeline. But, they're recognizing it like that's the same Iron Giant from 200 years ago. There can be no doubt of that. Okay, so they're instantly recognizing it. So, that's going to irritate them. The fact that they thought they got rid of this thing and now they're finding out, oh, Vegapunk had it on our one of our islands. They're like, those of you, oh snap, Vegapunk is about to reveal what the D is, I hope. Or he's mentioning something about it. And he's like, those of you who carry the letter D in your name, and he's just, he's just sitting there right there. And they're like trying to rush to this Iron Giant. They're like, curse you, damn you, Vegapunk. And then, okay, we see Dragon right there. And then, okay, we cut the Sabo and he's thinking about Ace and Luffy. Okay, he's like, Ace? Luffy? Even Kobe, he's like, Luffy-san? Vice Admiral Garp? All right, all these people that we know that have the D moniker. Oh, we even got Blackbeard right there. And even he's like, huh? What? Oh, are we about to find out about this? And then among you, there is. And then we see Beppo. Okay, this is, I think, the first time we've seen Beppo and Law after they escaped from Blackbeard. And they're like, Captain, what do we got? What do we got? Damn. Okay, so what's I think that's Saturn, the boar. Looks like he just rams into the Iron Giant, and you see the Iron Giant just going flying right there. Okay, and it says in Japanese he gets cut off as he says "mo." This could also be the start of an unknown word, or it could be the particle for also. All right, so right as the message is about to get out about the D, they hit it. So obviously the transponder snail is literally on the Iron Giant, or maybe the Iron Giant itself. Who knows? And then what do we got? Okay, oh damn! So they blasted it off of the island. It looks like it's falling off a cliff right there, and he's like, "That is enough." Boom. Okay, so we see the Iron Giant land. Looks like it lands back in the scrap heap or something, or on the edge of the island. Ugh, Vegapunk. Okay, wait, what is it? And then okay, everyone around the world's like, what was it gonna say? It cut out. What's going on? And then even Vivi and Morgans are over there and Wapple, and they're like, what was he about to say? And they're like, D. And they're like, did the signal get jammed? They're like, did we get it? Did we get it? Okay, they're like all wondering. And then all of a sudden, it looks like it's over. All right, that's York right there. And she kind of like, oh, it's over. And it says words that echoed in vain. Damn, we were Oda teasing us. We were like this close to finding out exactly, maybe what the D was about. And then it just cuts out. Like they got him right before. All right. Is he about to say among you there is a direct descendant of Joy Boy, or there's also what, judging by that little note about the kanji or whatever. So that explains what the chapter was. The title of the chapter was Vegapunk getting cut off in the middle or at the tail end of his message and us not getting the reveal. But oh, Oda, you just how can you do that to us? Like just like you're like that's snatched right before we're about to taste victory and find out what the D or find out what the initial D was about. You know what I mean? And then was that the only thing? Was he gonna reveal that what the D stands for? What why all these people have it? Or was he gonna reveal that maybe one of them is a descendant of you know, like a literal blood descendant of Joy Boy? Uh, I don't think it could be because if that's the case, then that would make Dragon and Garp both blood descendants of Joy Boy as well. So I don't really think that's possible, but I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think Vegapunk was about to say about the initial D? Like, what was he about to reveal about it? That the Gorosei, absolutely had to stop. But yeah, it was a solid chapter. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section. As always, have a wonderful day.